Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Erudite Games and Comics. I hope everyone had a great week because we're back with another recommendation week. But as usual, let's get right into it. Now, first up, we have Superman Unlimited issue 15. Now, this is supposed to be the end of Ultra Boys. This is going to be the Ultra Boy finale, and the writing's done by Dan Slott, and the art is done by Lucas Meyer. Now, with this one, this is the finale with Superboy and Tomorrow Man, or John Kent. And I thought this one was not really, it was pretty lackluster towards the end. I wasn't really too much of a fan. I thought the issue itself was pretty much okay. It was pretty anticlimactic for me. I didn't really like the whole Ultra Boy coming to the or switching sides up pretty quick from he's feels like he's a caged animal again to okay, I'm good now. I thought I thought it played too quick into that. There was no like real talk about it, and he just switched. And then now, if you read the issue, you don't want to spoil too much towards the end. We know what happens, and kind of hoping for him to change and be better, but not I guess not in the sense that Tomorrow Man would want. I guess I'm looking more for an evil Ultra Boy because that would make sense considering that they're Earth 3. But we will see if anything else happens going on forward with Ultra Boy if he makes a return or not. But like I said, this isn't a strong recommend, but it was a decent enough end to at least mention this finale between Ultra Boy. So that was Superman issue number 15. Now, next up, we have Mumm-Ra, the Ever Living, issue number 4. Now, of course, we're going back with more Mumm-Ra, more of his background stories every and everything that he's doing. But first, the writing's done by Declan Shavely, and the art is done by Rafael Lobosco. I cannot say his last name to save my life. But as we are going, because we know that he got banished into the one, well, I guess he's in prison inside of his own tomb. And now he escaped from there, going back to Second Earth to get more power. And then he has a good fight with the the four demons that gave him the power. And honestly, I thought all in all, it was a very good issue. I love seeing more about Mum-Ra and things that he's done or things that he's going through. But he goes I love how he's just constantly hopping through, and I love how the next location that he's going to. I'm very curious about what they're going to do with him. So I thought this was a definitely worth recommending if you're into Thundercats. Definitely, Mum-Ra will be an issue to look out for. This is Mum-Ra issue number 4. Now, next up, we actually have Deathstroke, the Terminator, issue number 5. Now, for this one, the writing is done, actually. Oh, here we go. Done by Tony Felice, and the art is done by Carmen D. I, every time I see his last name, I just, you know what? It's another last name I cannot pronounce. But with Deathstroke the Terminator, each issue actually has been getting better. This one's no different. Art's still very good. Story's good. We're learning more and more about who actually is trying to frame Slade, Deathstroke, whoever you want to call them. But I think it was going well, really well, of how everything's done. The surprise that we're getting towards the end definitely leaves you on a strong note. We find out who actually it is, and the and what the person's keep on planning on doing to Slade over here, just to see how everything's playing out. It is actually going to be I think it's a pretty wild issue. So I've been loving this one so far. Definitely worth checking out. You still get more Deathshot, Deathblow. It's just a very good fun issue. Definitely worth checking out. This is issue number 5, Deathstroke the Terminator. Now, next up, we actually have G.I. Joe issue 24. Now, this one is the Skybound one. The writing's done by Joshua Williamson, and the art is done by Andre Milano. So we get another climactic end, but this one is with Crystal Ball, and the G.I. Joe Skybound run has been very glorious. I actually like Risk, the new Joe that they added for this one. I love how Crystal Ball has been doing everything. The conversation between Destro and Baroness was amazing and actually well needed. We get to finally see more about Hawk, which we know now that it's not actually Hawk, but it's Zartan who's actually impersonating Hawk. And he's in need of Energon, so he wanted Crystal Ball because he wanted more Energon to keep himself alive because he's in a feels like he's dying and all this if Zartan doesn't have enough Energon. So I love how they're playing all these new Joes and how Energon mixes in with a lot of stuff going on here. Very great issue. But one thing we do know is that Mercer actually doesn't escape. He gets captured by the Joes. So very curious if they're going to be able, if the Cobra is going to go into the pit and get him out, if Mercer's going to escape, if he's going to switch sides. Very, very interesting. Love how this is all going. Think this is a definitely great pick. If you're looking out for G.I. Joe, definitely won't be disappointed with this issue. Issue 24, G.I. Joe. Now, next up, we actually got Lobo issue number 5. Now, the main man is, of course, he's the main man. You can't go wrong with him. Uh, the writing is done by Scotty Young, and the art is done by Jorge Corona. So obviously, if you're a Jorge Corona fan, you've probably already seen his art, and you already know what it's like. So still no different here. Still very great, and we now got him back in showbiz. I love it. The main man definitely does need his good scenes, but this time, that his next one for his next issue where he's going is, I think it's going to be Blast. He's going to be visiting a new, or well, for me, it'd be a new enemy, and so I think it's going to be a very, very good one. So definitely check it out and look out for issue number 6 when it comes out next month. So I mean, you gotta love the TV man because he definitely knows how to play to not kill or not have Lobo kill him. But definitely good one. Lobo issue number 5. Definitely love seeing him coming back. Now, the pick of the week, Space Ghost Annual issue, or well, I believe this only gonna be a one shot because this should be leading up to the next events of that's going to be happening with Space Ghost. I'm glad it's not over. I've been loving this stuff. The writing is done by David Pepos, and the art is done by Jonathan Lau. Now, of course, I mean, if you've been watching my videos, you always know that I am in love with the Space Ghost series. This is amazing. Now, with this one, we get to see essentially a little bit after. I think it was. It doesn't specify how long after. I can't assume it's that much long after. Maybe a month or two after the event of the finale of the previous issue, and now we still see Space Ghost over here thinking that maybe what he's doing is not the right thing. He should just hang up the coat forever to give Jan and Jace normal lives. So I'm loving how he he thinks that he's doing right and wrong at the same time, and it's just going good. I love how Jan and Jace talk him through it. This is going to be great, and this definitely leads up for the next events that's going to be happening with Space Ghost. I've been loving all of this. I mean, as you can tell, I've been loving every single bit of Space Ghost. So definitely amazing work by David Pepos. Art is obviously amazing by Jonathan Lau. Pick of the week for me. Definitely always look out for a Space Ghost for me. So like I said, that's all I got this week. It was a very short week for me. Not a lot of recommends. We still had a good amount. I think 6 issues is still a great number. But as usual, definitely want to hear if you guys read any good comics that I need to check out. Let me know down in the comments below. And as usual, have a good one. Be well and stay easy. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.